Hey guys, so at the end of part one, it's coming together. I think this thing's gonna be awesome. Roll cage, steering, running engine, pedals, shift linkages. Yeah. We're gonna pick up now and get back to how I built this thing. All right.
I knew it cute.
Hey guys, so here's where we're at with the little go-kart. We got the seat on, suspension kind of handled. It's a little soft and squishy, but I got some plans for that. I think it'll work for start. So as I'm building this thing, I'm noticing there's going to be a lot of things that need upgraded. The wheels and tires are too small that I got, even though they fit the hubs. There's not much room here between the rims and the brakes, rotors for calipers. There's just no room in there whatsoever. So I got to get some bigger wheels and tires. So that's something to know if you get one of these kits, is get bigger tires. You know, the tires didn't come with the kit. I had to buy them separate. And the kit just said what size the hub spacing was, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I hopped on my Amazon and I got these tires. They look cool. They're pretty sweet, but they don't fit the brakes. So I got to get some bigger rims and tires. But it's coming together. We got the steering on. Now it's time to build a roll cage and then figure out controls. So I think I'm going to end up shifting. I was telling my uncle Ron about this cool thing, and he's like, oh, that sounds a lot like the Honda Odysseys back in the 70s and 80s. And I looked them up, and I'm like, oh, those things look sweet. So I'm kind of going to do an homage to the Honda Odyssey with this thing. They weren't four-wheel drive, and they had a lot of room up here where my feet should be is where they had their feet. But since it's got all this drive shaft, pumpkin, all this stuff, there's not a lot of room there. So I'm going to be a little bit like Bowser on Mario Kart, just kind of stuffed in this thing. So I'm thinking those Honda Odysseys, you know, they had hand controls. Like they had like a little steering wheel thing, and they had the throttle, and they had brakes and everything right on the steering. Well, I mean, it already comes with hand brakes, you know, for the brake calipers and whatnot. Might as well put on, you know, it wouldn't take much to do like a four-wheeler throttle and hand clutch. Do a little foot shifter. Oh man, this thing's gonna be fun. Well, I got to get some tube bent out here and build a frame, so build a roll cage. But you know, it's kind of tough with the front narrow rear. Yeah. It's kind of tough with a narrow front end because the Honda Odysseys, they got like a really wide front end, and then their roll cage kind of comes up like so. Well, it's kind of hard when your front end's so narrow. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out anyway. All right. So it's been pretty fun working on this go-kart. I wish I just had time to dedicate towards it. When I first started this build, I wanted to try and see if I could do it in 2 days, which granted, that's my 2 days. My 2 days are pretty long. I kind of gave myself 28 hours. So here's where we sit on the hour clock. I was at 19 hours. 19 hours here so far. And then yesterday, work got busy. The oil field's been crazy lately. So trying to take care of customers and everything. I only got to put 2 hours yesterday, all day, on the go-kart, which makes me super sad. But so we're at 21 hours. I only got 7 hours to finish this thing up to meet my goal. And granted, this is my personal goal. You know, there's no gun to my head. If I don't make it, it'll take longer. We'll see. I don't know. You never know how long something's going to take when you start, but this is definitely more complicated than I thought it would be, trying to figure out the suspension and everything. But it hasn't been too bad, and it's coming together really well, I think. So, hey guys, so I figured out how to bend a thing to a 90 or more with this bender. We're looking pretty close on the 90 on this. So what you got to do is you got to bend it as far as, well, not as far as it goes. I find that if you stop a little early, because it kind of puts like this little dimple where the roller was rolling it. You can see even on this one, it puts kind of a dimple crease thing here where it goes through the roller. I don't know if I have it too tight or if it's just a smaller diameter roller, maybe a bigger diameter roller like the Eastwood dies would be better. Anyhow, you just roll it through a little bit. See here, it's already bent. Put a pair of vice grips so that it stops it from going, and give it a little go. And then you can run a square along it and try and get it perfectly square. So that's pretty cool. Hey guys, so here's where we're at on the countdown clock. I got to add another 3 hours for yesterday. Is all I got done. So we're up to 24 hours. It always takes longer than you think it'll take. But here's what I got done in those 3 hours. I got the start of a roll cage. Woo! So I bent out some 90s and had to weld them together in 4 points with some 1 inch in between them and a little bit of a gap so that I could weld it all 100%. I might have to build up a little more so I can sand them down, but it's going real good. Anyhow, so I still got to do the front of the roll cage and the steering. But the problem that I have is these tires are too small. They aren't going to fit our brakes. So here's what I came up with. Nowhere locally I could get tires and rims big enough, and Amazon was going to take too long. So I found a guy that sold me this used parts bike for $50, and it's got tires that are just barely big enough to fit the brakes. Hopefully, we'll find out. And also, I think I'm going to use these handlebars for my steering. Because, that Honda Odyssey, it had the hand controls. I think we're going to go to hand controls just because of the lack of room for foot controls. I'm not very straight. Shoot. No. That's as far as I can bend it. Looks like a little happy face. It's so happy. Built a little battery box. Check that little guy out. Ought to hold a battery from coming out. Woohoo! Hey guys, so here's what we got going with the steering. We chopped down those big handlebars that were super wide off the four-wheeler, and I cut them down and I turned them 90 degrees so that it was more like the old Honda Odyssey kind of steering wheel with all the hand controls. We got the clutch hooked up to the clutch cable. We got the throttle hooked up to the carb. We got the steering, woohoo! And since I'm kind of, a little bit of bigger boy, I made it so it's got tilt steering. You can loosen this little knob here, and the whole thing goes up and down. So I used some of those extension ball joints that are like the swivels for like the impact sockets. There's a little bit of play there that I wish wasn't there, but not too much. I think it'll be manageable once it's going. And if it gives us a problem, we'll put in a different kind of U-joint later. It's the beauty of being a welder. You know, it ain't done if you can grind it off and fix it and change it around and make something different. So here's what we did with the shifter. This shift knob, I had a steel one that I thought would work, but the splines were bigger, so it didn't fit the little shifter majigger. So I ended up just keeping this aluminum shifter kicker thingy here, and I wrapped around it I split a 3/4 inch pipe and welded some stuff on each side of it so it can't go anywhere. And then I ran the shaft out and have a little pivot here, a little pivot sleeve. And then I put a shift knob linkage coming up. And since this arm's so heavy, I put a little spring so that hopefully it ain't, you don't want to hit a bump and it shift down or something. I might have to change that and put a linkage in here in the future with more of an up and downy one instead of so far out. But we'll see. We'll see how it does. But I think this thing's going to be sweet. Get my tilt steering all going. I'll be like, yeah, I think this thing's going to be sweet. Yeah, I need to get the motor going. I need to get the motor going so bad I can like taste it. Yeah, this thing's going to be cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll see where we go from there. We got the exhaust all hooked up. I built a little bracket here. We got the muffler all pinned on. We got this sweet billet aluminum fuel tank off of the Amazon. That we got a little fuel filter and put a little on-offy switch knob valve thing so that we can shut off the fuel and change the filter if we need to. All we need is this little guy to work. All we need is this little guy to work. So now we're waiting on Amazon again. What do you do? What do you do? All right, guys. Well, there's where we're at so far. Sometimes stuff happens. So when you buy a bunch of stuff off of Amazon, it doesn't come with any instructions. It sure makes it a lot more difficult to try and figure it out and puzzle and piece it all together, which honestly, I really enjoy that part of it because I like trying to figure stuff out. But sometimes, when you're doing stuff, you run into some problems. So this little 250cc X-Pro Zongshen Chinese motorcycle motor is pretty cool, but over the years I've worked on a lot of small engines and they've always had an AC stator, the thing that produces the electricity to run the thing and to make it spark has always been AC. Well, this one's got a DC and they didn't send any instructions at all with the motor. They didn't say what kind of oil to use. They didn't say how, they didn't give me any break-in stuff. They didn't give me any wiring information. It came with a CDI box, which is, I don't have it on here because I messed it up. Let me grab that. So it came with this little CDI box that when I read it, if I was literate, I could have read this and seen that it's a DCI. But I mean, that could mean anything. It's just a serial number, But now I'm pretty sure it means direct current. Now that I've taken the stator cover off and looked at the stator, I know that it's DC and that I did it wrong. Anyhow, so it didn't come with a thing that plugged in directly to the motor even. Like the plug-in isn't the same. They don't jive. So I had to make a little breakout pigtail and I wired it up wrong and I burned this little guy up. So just being honest, that's how you learn. I had to learn how to wire up the AC one of these by burning up a couple of them. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just the school of hard knocks, But so I'm waiting on parts. We live in North Dakota. I've called around everywhere. All the parts places, nobody's got one. I can't get a CDI. But Amazon can have one here in a week. So there's where we're at. We're waiting on bigger tires and rims. I bought a used four-wheeler to try and have some bigger tires and rims. But the problem is the tire height isn't the same. I can't use it on a four-wheel drive go-kart because the tires are different heights. And they still just barely clear, and I think the back ones didn't even clear the brake calipers. So if you guys buy one of these kits and want to build a go-kart, you're going to need 12-inch rims. That's some information you should know. I showed you in the layout how to lay out the A-arms and do the geometry on that, because that's a pain. Trying to figure out that has taken a lot of our time. Trying to figure out the tire size for the brakes, the geometry for the A-arms, trying to get the wiring on the motor done. That all's taken a long time. Bending out some tube and welding a frame and fabricating this thing honestly hasn't taken all that long. Speaking of time, let's go over here to the fridge. So I haven't recorded my time yesterday. At the beginning of the day, we were at 28 hours. I guess at noon, we were up to 30 hours. Well, we stayed and we ended up getting about 4 more hours, guys, yesterday. I figure overall, what do you do? You know, try and figure stuff out. We had some more hours than that trying to order the right wheels and tires. They kept calling and trying to figure out what I was putting it on there. Like, we need to know the year, the make, the model, all that stuff. And I'm like, it's a homemade go-kart from a kit off of Amazon. I'll send you a link to the kit. And they're like, that doesn't have enough information. I'm like, you're telling me? Anyhow, what do you do? I mean, I want to go rip around in that thing so much. It's like 50 degrees outside. All the snow's melting. We got a four-wheel drive go-kart that's ready to go. If I could just get a little lightning through that spark plug, we'd be ripping it around, hitting mud, hitting snow, just making a total mess. It'd be super fun. But alas, here we are. So I'll have to do another video on finishing it all up and getting it going. All right, well, I love you guys. Remember, me and Jesus love you. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.